DLSite has gone and done it. Elon Musk, step aside. DLSite has gone and done it. They have created a Twitter for Otaku Degens. For all the fans of all the spicy stuff, no matter what it is, anime related, art related, if you like it and you consume it, it's pretty much allowed here. Which is, yes, technically what you see on X and Twitter. All that stuff is there as well. It's just here, I think you're going to have less Karens yelling at you. You're not going to have all the people coming and going, oh my gosh, you like lollies? You're this. You're not going to, hopefully, for now, hopefully you're not going to have that kind of stuff here. I do see a lot of people saying, hey, don't cover this. They're yelling at, different websites for covering the fact that this has been launched. All yelling, say, hey, don't tell about my secret place. It's this secret otaku place that nobody knows about. Yeah, it's going to eventually get out there. Don't worry. Now, the question mark here really is, can Pomu sort of be that secret haven for otaku? That place that, yes, you can sort of find a lot of that spicier stuff and be able to enjoy that spicier stuff on X. But again, there's sort of a lot of harassment and whatnot that people will sort of experience over there. If you post about a character, being, extra sexy, you're going to get a lot of posts that are saying, oh my gosh, you're objectifying that character or whatever. You're not going to hopefully have a lot of that stuff here. Now, the site itself is, again, pretty much Twitter. You have your profile page. This is the profile page of the actual Pomu's official account. Yes, I'm there for a reason, because the main feed is kind of dangerous. But it's laid out the same way. You have the profile and all the posts here. Left side, you have your layout here. It's all in Japanese because, again, it's a Japanese website. You can use like different, plugins in order to translate it for you. The main key feature being on this site, which I do actually appreciate, and I kind of wish that was on, X and Twitter, is an actual R18 post toggle. So when you have this on, it will allow R18 content to be posted. Now, the big problem here is that this is based on actual users. So the users, when they go to post something, they have to toggle that the content is R18 so that people that have this toggle on or off will or will not see it. And I've already witnessed, because I was wanting to show a little bit of the feed on here. Let's try it out. I'll block it out if it's not good. I have it off. I'm gonna go to the main feed. Okay, good. Good. Nothing on here. Good. Let's see how long I can go before I run into something that's technically not allowed. This is kind of on the line. Yeah, that's probably a bit too much. I'm not going to take any risks. It's not that bad. But I have this is going to be on YouTube, so I don't want to be too risky here. But yeah, this is basically the feed. Again, you have your whole layout here, just like on Twitter. And again, you do have the R18 content toggle here if you want to see the spicy stuff. Although I will say that a lot of expectation that I'm seeing people having for Pomu may be unfounded in certain ways. While yes, you're going to have a lot more freedoms in certain areas on Pomu, I think you're going to also run into a lot of restrictions. As I was actually browsing around this website, I was already seeing a lot of people giving out warnings saying, hey, people are getting banned on this site already because they don't understand. Yes, Pomu is part of DLSite. It's on the back end of DL Channel, which is a forum that they've already actually developed. And yes, it's in Japan. So there are Japanese laws that I would argue are even more strict than even what's going to be experienced with Twitter and X that are going to be in effect. Yes, things like genitalia have to be obscured, stuff like that. You do have laws that you have to follow in Japan if you post on this site. This isn't a Wild West. And this is all kind of outlined on their actual terms of service page right here. You can see right here, prohibited acts on this site. When using the service on this website, users are prohibited from engaging in any of the following acts that violate public order or morals. That's very loose there. Sending socially harmful content or content that may encourage crimes or illegal activities. Again, this is very much more strict than what you're going to see on X, but some people actually might want that. Any act that violates the law and regulations of the country or region in which the user resides when using the site. So this is pretty much laying it out that this could be both not just your country, but also Japan. Both countries, you're going to have to follow those guidelines. That makes perfect sense. Again, you're posting in your country, saying things that are against the law there. They're going to have to give in to those laws. Any acts that infringe on the legitimate rights of the site or a third party, including ownership rights, intellectual property rights. There's a big key thing there as well, which I'll get into in a minute, including copyrights, portrait rights, publicity rights, etc. What this is saying right here is that you can't even post other people's works. You go on X and Twitter, go on my account. I do it a lot. Go on X or Twitter. What you're seeing is a lot of people posting clips from shows or a screenshot here or there. This isn't allowed on the site, again, because Japan has very strict laws against that kind of stuff. They are not for that kind of stuff. So you got to be very extra careful on this website. Now, whether or not they actually, restrict this kind of stuff, that's the question mark there. There's technically a lot of that stuff on X and Twitter as well. I can technically get copyright claims on the video and clips that I post on Twitter and X. So yeah, whether or not it's actually enforced. And that's pretty much it. And the last one, of course, is the very loose one. Any actions that the site deems inappropriate. Extremely loose one there. So yeah, even though, yes, this seems to be like a haven for people, it's not technically, again, the Wild West. You do still have laws that you have to follow. So the question mark here really is this site for you? I will come out and say very, very clearly, if you are not open to everything, do not come to this website. You will not like what you see. Mainly, and I'm going to be very clear here, yes, this site is, the users especially, are going to be more in the area of people that are trying to get away from X and whatnot. And a lot of the issues on X and Twitter is going to be people that like lolly art. And so a lot, not all of it, but a lot of the art, especially the R18 art, is lolly. And so if you don't like seeing that stuff, don't come to this website, because you're going to see it all over the place. I think it's being overly inundated with that because a lot of that particular group is wanting to rush here to get away from a lot of the harassment they will get on X and Twitter. So that's what I would say. Specifically lolly in R18 content, don't go to the site. Just don't. You're probably not going to like a lot of what you see. But for everybody else that really don't mind what they see, like even for me, it's not like I really want that stuff, but it doesn't bother me to see it. It's like I'm going to suddenly go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've seen that. For those people that either like it or don't mind seeing it, this is probably a really good place to be, just because of the fact that I'm certain that it's going to keep a lot of people out. And with the rules and guidelines they have established, it does seem like this could be a place, unlike Twitter and X, where you can have that stuff and not be harassed. Because there is actually guidelines and rules here where they're going to ban people. If you're harassing people on this site, they're going to ban you. It's not going to be allowed. Over on X and Twitter, you post stuff like that, you're going to have people that are constantly harassing you. I'll post a clip from an anime where it's got a girl in the hot springs or something like that, and somebody is literally harassing me in my DMs and stuff like that, calling me, PDF or something like that. I would assume this site isn't going to be too clear on it. Now, I say a lot of that, and I don't want to scare a lot of people away. I just want to set expectations. I don't know exactly how their algorithm itself works, if it's just based on everything at the time that it's posted, or if you can possibly, sort of train it based on what you're actually liking and whatnot, and it'll feed you more of that stuff. And that can be a way of getting around a lot of the stuff that you might not like. There's technically a, follow area here, so it can go based on just people that you're following. Eventually, when they get block buttons and whatnot, I'm sure that you can probably block a lot of the stuff that you're not actually interested in. So you can, to earlier, which is really an extreme example, lolly, if you don't like lolly, you can potentially just keep away from the lolly stuff. I don't know exactly how it's working to sort of get around that stuff for those that aren't really into that kind of stuff and can still get a lot of the other stuff on the website. I'm just trying to set a little bit of expectations here for you guys. You do technically also have a lot of people rushing to this site that are on the opposite extreme side, which are like really loud against the Karen type of group. So the people that just want to say things just to be like super controversial. So you're going to run into that stuff as well, which me personally, I don't really care. But at the same time, it's also kind of annoying to see people that are just saying things just because it sounds super controversial. It's sort of a Wild West in that regard. Even though I said earlier this isn't the Wild West because there is restrictions here. It's in growing pains right now. You do have like this flood happening that is going to have to take some adjusting to get to. And again, like I said earlier, you're still like growing as a website to get things like blocking and whatnot, so that if you still run into people harassing you, you can block them and create an environment that you just want to enjoy your otaku stuff the way you want to. Like a place for you to enjoy your Love Live stuff and not have people harass you because of the age of the Love Live characters, that kind of junk. It could technically turn into something really good. Now, this is a very beta version. This is very early stuff here, early access kind of stuff here. So the site itself is missing a lot of features. It doesn't have an automatically updating feed. As you see, this hasn't been updating. It doesn't have a lot of other features that a lot of people are looking for. It doesn't even have its own like URL. Again, it's built off of DLSite's DL channel. And so when you register here, you're sent to their site, and then they have to redirect you to here. So it's still got a lot of things to work out. There's no app for it. That's the other key thing here. There's no app, so you have to actually, go to the website itself on your phone or whatever. I'm assuming it could eventually get an approved app. I'm not even sure, though. I know that X has an app, but it sort of was carried over from Twitter, and it's extremely popular, so it gets away with a lot of stuff. I'd be very curious if Pomu would actually get an Android and an Apple app. Maybe Android, I'm not sure about Apple, but we'll see. But for now, it's early stuff here. People are trying it out. They're taking feedback from people to kind of tell them what they want or what they don't want. So that's all cool. We'll see where it goes, though. But that's Pomu, DLSite's new Twitter account that apparently allows all the spicy stuff and doesn't hold anything back. But again, to the laws of Japan, which can be technically a lot more strict than over here in the United States that X is actually posted at. So keep that in mind. But I hope you guys found this video informative. Let me know down in the comments. Are you actually going to make a Pomu account? Well, technically, again, a DLSite account and go to Pomu? Let me know. But I appreciate you guys' support. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, take care.